Well, I pressed go live. We'll find out if it worked or not.
We will indeed find out.
It indeed does look like it worked. All right. Welcome to the Walky Talky podcast, the podcast where we walkie while we talkie. Today we have a guest. Hey, who are you?
I am Noe. Even though my username says Blood Alchemist, that's been an issue. Not for today though. I'm an artist and I got invited literally today, and I said yes immediately as well. Hi.
We are good at same day turnarounds. So Kamui, since obviously this would be the best for you to tell the story, how did we find them? Go ahead, Kamui, tell us.
I don't know. Wait, how do you find what?
I
The
guess.
guest?
Well, I guess since
Oodie?
I have to do all the work. All right, so what happened was Space, shout out Space. Space is an audience. Space came across your Tumblr and saw your art and liked it and posted it in hashtag art. Shout out hashtag art. Feel free to join the Discord,
Oh,
anyone listening.
that's funny.
on YouTube. And
So
then
it's
I
all
was like,
Space's fault.
wow, I like that too. Hey, Space, you should invite them on the podcast. And so Space sent them a message, and then they joined the Discord, and hey, here we are.
Yay!
Did this all happen today?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is the art? Oh, I found it.
Yep. Well, there's multiple pieces, but immediately you could probably tell why I invited them. So, okay. I'll even share my screen so we can go through the at least 3 pieces of art. If you have more, feel free to share. The 3 pieces of art that have been posted. By the way, for anyone wondering, link in the description to the guest. That is their Instagram, in case you want to see their art or whatever. There you go. It's down there. So, yeah. Okay. So, who wants to
This is
read
pretty funny.
this? I know, yeah. So, Kamui, do you want to be
thank you.
Naruto?
Oh, I found another one.
I'll be Oda. Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh my god, okay. At the bottom there's an okay.
Or maybe Blood, you want to read?
Okay, who do you want me to be? Naruto or Obito?
Yeah, we'll let Blood decide. To the guest.
Oh no, please. You decide between
Okay.
each other. I do not want to meddle in this. You two decide.
Okay, in that case, if I'm deciding, then I want Blood to be Naruto and Kamui to be Obito.
No, don't make me be that little blonde shit.
I'm glad you say that. All right, Blood can be Obito since I think they're on my side.
No, don't make
I think
me.
I should be Obito because of my
No, you
profile
two do that.
picture.
Don't make me do.
It
Don't
does
make
make
me
sense.
do. Don't make me read the shit I do.
All right.
Alright, Oodie, you be Naruto.
I'll be Naruto. In that case, I'm going to turn my camera on just to make it really authentic. There we go. Okay, here we go. Let me get here. All right. So, Obito, come on! Rin wouldn't want this! Do the right thing! I know you are a good guy!
Hold on. Okay. Naruto, I put explosive tags all over you when you were less than a minute old and then killed your parents. And I would do it again, by the way.
So, funny story. I love that, by the way. Funny story. When I was drawing this, I didn't intend to draw Naruto so horrified.
I think it
The
came out
idea
perfect.
was to draw him something similar to that surprise Pikachu meme.
Okay.
But he came out all horrified, and honestly, I was like, yeah, like that one. That's what he was supposed to look like.
You know, I can see it.
Yeah. But then he just came out like that. I don't know. Something just possessed me to draw him like that. And honestly, I think, like, first of all, I think Obito should have never turned good.
Okay.
That's my gripe with this. So I was like, actually, Naruto should be at least horrified or very angry at this man who killed his mom, because he didn't kill Minato. Someone corrected me on this. And I remembered, oh yeah, Minato killed himself.
Okay, actually, I'm glad you bring that up.
He wouldn't have done that if it wasn't for Obito.
Oh yeah, true, but he didn't directly kill Minato. He just directly killed Kushina,
I am glad you bring that up, because we made a community post about this, and I have no idea how old it is, or if I'm going to be able to find it at all. But, let me ask you.
Oh yeah.
Who did Obito lose to? The Ninetales? Or, sorry, who did Minato lose to? The Ninetales? Himself? The Reaper Death Seals? Or Obito?
Minato. No, he definitely fucked himself over.
Okay, so
I think he
Minato
lost to himself.
Yeah, I think he ended himself.
Okay.
Because I recently watched that episode. I'm sorry. I read the manga and then I watched the anime. And in that part, he is like, Kushina's like, oh, you know what? Naruto's gonna need at least a parent, and Minato was like, shut the fuck up, Kushina. I am not you, so I'm going with you. So he killed himself.
Okay,
He did say that word for word.
Would we say that Minato lost? There are some interpretations out there. Maybe you don't think he lost. Maybe you think
I
he
I don't
mean-
think he lost.
I don't think he lost, but
Yeah, I think he only won.
Okay.
But at the same time, against Obito, he won because I do remember he slammed him against the fucking floor, like, totally. But in the grand scale of things, up to that point, to the point of the manga, in the present, is like, oh yeah, that did not come out as you wanted. We can see where there were some failures. We can see some cracks in your plan, bro. That's okay.
Here we go. Okay, finally found the poll. When Minato used Reaper Death Seal, did Minato win or lose? 67% say Minato won.
Incredible. Amazing.
Well, I would consider Death to
Yeah.
be on the closer side to losing. If I were to put it on a spectrum, it's probably on the losing side. But yeah, maybe that's just me.
Well, he did lose if you think Death is losing, but in the end, he fucking ended himself, So he went on his own terms.
I mean, the problem though is that like he didn't have to do that in the first place. He just chose to do it for his own reasons. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
That's so fucked up.
Stupid-
Actually, if you think about
Stupid
it.
question, removing all context, and I mean all context from the situation, even just removing it from Naruto itself. Whenever somebody does that, let's just say they're fighting themselves, do they win or lose that fight?
Well, if you're fighting yourself and you decide, you know what, this is me, I am not going to win against me, I'm just gonna kill myself. I think it's a 50-50.
Okay, Kamui,
I
thoughts?
think it depends on context.
You refuse.
Yeah,
Cesar.
it's something that needs context, but if you're fighting yourself, like directly, if you're fighting yourself and you kill yourself, you're also winning, like your other half is winning if you kill yourself, because by default, they are alive, you're not. The half of you that kill themselves.
I would
So,
agree.
Like, for example, Oodie. I know he didn't die, but when the third Raikage stabbed himself and passed out, who won?
I can see y'all have gripes about this. I can see y'all have undisclosed business with these questions.
I would argue it would be inconclusive, similar to Sakura versus Ino, which was officially deemed a tie.
Oh, definitely.
But keeping
Well,
that in mind,
that's the
they
case-
both technically lost. If you look at like the results of winning or
Yeah.
losing, considering the prelims and how that played out. So
I think
Yeah.
Sakura should have won that fight. I still think she should have won.
okay, I don't
Well,
know.
real quick,
Yeah.
before getting into that, I think that I think Sakura versus Ino proves that either Minato and Kurama both lost or they tied.
Okay, canonically, I'm okay with that.
And Obito objectively lost, which means so Obito, Kushina, Kurama, and Minato, in their four-way fight, they all lost. Here's in one.
Yeah, actually, if you put it like that, yeah, they lost. Everyone lost that day.
I think that's fair to say.
Except Naruto.
Okay.
Naruto only gained a fox.
Oh yeah, Naruto gained.
But even he
his own
lost.
demon thought.
Yeah, because it took 12 years before that loss turned into a win.
Oh yeah. It's okay. We love him anyway.
So
Okay, to be fair, Naruto is Naruto. He does whatever the fuck he
you
wants.
know what? I'm glad he quoted Kushina there. If you want to show.
Sure.
He is a protagonist. He is a protagonist.
But you just said something very interesting. So I just
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to.
So who is Naruto again?
Well, please repeat your. I don't know where it is. Where is it, Kamui?
I'll look at intro topics. You look at intro pictures, I guess.
What are you trying to find?
Something really dumb, but it's totally worth it.
Yeah. So
My jokes.
you will think it's dumb.
You know what? Here, I'm just gonna. 'Cause I don't have these.
You know
here.
what?
You know, I should have taken.
With the kind of stuff I do not think anything is dumb.
Oh, I found it. Okay.
Too late for that. All right. So, going with what you had just said. Remember that time? Because we were just talking about this fight as well. When Kushina was talking to Minato when Obito was invading the village with the Nine Tails, and Kushina says, "Minato, Naruto is Naruto. All right."
Well,
Do you
yeah,
remember that?
Kushina, that's her kid, alright. You had him. You hurt for him.
Yeah, and she just wanted to make sure that Minato understood Naruto's identity. He is Naruto Uzumaki. Believe it. All right.
Incredible. Amazing.
Yeah.
That's our protagonist. That's our little white boy. The one we all love and like.
So I'm glad that Kushina could be very inspirational in this moment, just to remind Minato,
She was
Naruto
about
is
to die.
Naruto.
Give her a break.
Naruto is Naruto. All right. God damn it.
You know, and I really just can't believe that Minato ever doubted who Naruto was.
Yeah, look at him just
The fact that
blowing Kushina
had
off.
Say this to him.
Yeah, he's just huffing her off. Like, oh, get out of here, Kushina. Kushina's words aren't reaching him.
I thought maybe he was referring to Naruto as Huff, and then she had to correct him. That Naruto is Naruto, not Huff.
See, I thought he was preparing a wind-style jutsu like the big bad wolf.
Okay, yeah. He could have been doing Choji's wind style suck up the chip jutsu too.
And I'm glad that we are introducing ourselves to our guest, so that is approximately how dumb we can get.
Incredible. Don't worry, I'm stupid most of the time.
Yeah. Shout out the Makes No Sense playlist with 272 videos.
I leave the theories and stuff to writers that I follow because I just like making funny jokes, and whenever I read something that clicks, I am like, no, you know what? Actually, that makes sense. And of course, I have my own thoughts, but
wow, we're definitely gonna.
I mostly just like putting these bitches in situations.
Well, speaking of your own thoughts, who is Obito Uchiha? Is he the man who killed Naruto's parents? Or is he the coolest guy?
The two of those. He's the coolest guy. And
Absolutely.
And
look at the way he's
great.
putting up his finger there. He's number one.
Exactly. He's the best. What do you mean?
I mean, he is pretty cool. So I'll give him that for sure.
Exactly. Like, Naruto just understood. Like, Obito has that Riz.
He does have it. He had to get rid of him.
So similarly,
I think Obito is just Naruto if Naruto had gone fucking crazy.
well, there's a lot of people who are Naruto, but at the same time, there's similarities and differences. It's not exactly Naruto. You know, Jiraiya wasn't Naruto, even though he's Naruto, but yeah, you get the idea.
Oh yeah, there's actually earlier. Like I said, I was reading this thing earlier. There's this flashback of Kakashi where Jiraiya is telling him about Naruto being the child from the prophecy, but that he reminds Jiraiya more of himself than Minato. And I'm like, yeah, because you train him, and he's actually kind of a dumbass like you.
Actually, that is kind of
I just thought of it.
just for proof of that. But yeah.
I thought of a stupid community poll.
Okay.
So the question is, how many people in Naruto are Naruto? Where you could just do how many people are Naruto. Either way, if you however you want to word it. And then we have to think about every single Naruto, very strong Naruto parallel. To everyone who's like really compared to Naruto.
You know,
and we're gonna figure out what that number is, and then we'll just have a bunch of numbers, and one of them will be the correct one.
You know, I'm glad you say that, Kamui, because I was thinking something along a similar lines. We're gonna do that, and then we're going to tier list Narutos by how Naruto they are.
Okay. So, community poll. How many people in Naruto are Naruto? Tier list afterwards.
Community poll. Who is skinning Naruto the hardest?
Who is the or you could after community poll, once we do our tier list, who is the most Naruto?
You cannot say Naruto.
Yeah.
So Naruto's not on the tier list, obviously. Well,
he's not.
He'll be on the tier list, but he won't be on the community poll.
Well, speaking of community polls, let's start with this one. What is Obito's mask? Is it his orange one, his yellow one, his white one, the swirly Zetsu, or himself?
Nobody chose the yellow one.
Why?
You know, his original mask.
Cool.
It's all of the masks are fucking cool.
But which one is Obito's?
All of them.
But if you could only choose one.
The orange one.
Okay.
Yeah.
The orange one.
It is the most
You know
iconic.
what? I think it's very funny that... Okay, so I will have to go back a few years ago. Not a few, a bunch of years ago. When I was in high school, I think. I don't remember well. There was this discussion in Naruto places. I had a lot of friends who loved these series, and I just got into it last year, by the way.
Oh, that's crazy.
So my friends were always talking about the Toby guy. And I was like, isn't that the same motherfucker? And they were like, no. Nuh-uh. I don't watch this, but anyone with a fucking brain cell could tell it's the same guy. And they were like, no. And they showed me pictures, and I was like, that's the same hair. Like, I clocked this bitch before I even watched this series, and they're like, no, it's not. It cannot be the same guy. He died crushed by a rock. Toby. Yeah, see, it's the same. You just have to beat it. And they just denied it. They leave me.
You know, I think you might have the world record for the person who figured out who Toby is the earliest. Before episode 1, you knew. So you
I knew it. Also, I want to point out that when you rewatch the series after it's done, you can tell who Toby is.
It's really obvious in the anime.
Right before Shippuden, you have the saga of Kakashi being a little asshole to his teammates. I really think Kakashi was an asshole when he was a child.
Yeah. Which
valid, his dad killed himself, but he was still a little fuck. So I was like, why are they telling us this? Why is this so important? We've known he has the Sharingan since the Land of the Waves arc. Why is this important now? And then Shippuden comes in, and a few chapters later, we're presented to this Toby guy, and I'm like, God.
The sigh.
Why did people fight me on this? Why? It's obvious.
Interesting.
It's so obvious. It's so on the nose. It's the orange.
Okay, so you were going
It's
through
the
the manga as well. So did you watch
Oh,
the
I
anime?
haven't.
Well, I mean, even in the anime, it's no better. They randomly showed the Kakashi flashback right before Obito says, "I'm Madara Uchiha."
Yeah.
And then, oh no, that's the best part. When it was revealed that when literally Obito still hadn't revealed he was Obito, he's like, "Oh, I am Madara Uchiha," and my friends came to me and they were like, "This is because you don't watch the show. You will know this is Madara," and I was like, "Who the fuck is that?" Who the fuck are all these Uchihas? The only ones I know are Sasuke and Itachi.
Yeah, you know, the last of his clan.
Yeah, who the fuck? Who the fuck?
It's actually funny. Yeah, there were 4 Uchihas in the war arc when Sasuke was the last of his clan.
It's absolutely fucking apeshit, not gonna lie. Not knowing about something everyone is talking about and figuring out things, and people just call you crazy because you obviously do not watch the show, so what will you know?
I love it. So you did read the manga then, you haven't seen the anime?
Both, actually.
Oh, okay. Even though you got into like only a year ago?
Okay, so another fun fact. One day I was y'all are going to roast me for this probably. One day I was sick and very bored, and I was just, on Netflix. I was like, what the fuck am I gonna watch? I want to watch something. And I come across Boruto, and I'm like, isn't that Naruto's bitch ass son everyone complains about? And yeah, because everyone complains about this kid. They hate him so much for some reason.
Well, actually,
And
so that's a good question. First of all, have you even like got into Boruto at all? Have you tried it?
I watched the anime. I refuse to read Blue Vortex because I don't like the art style.
Okay.
Well, we'll be the first to tell you there's other reasons why you should refuse to read it.
Yeah, we're not gonna blame you for hating on Boruto, that's for a fact.
Well,
Okay.
specifically to be Vortex.
No. The thing is, okay, I am going to tell you this I will tell you what I told someone who asked me if I liked Two Blue Vortex. The thing is, I am a very visual person, me an artist, and if I see an art style and I like it, I will go for it. I'm like, okay, I don't care how shit the story is, let me read it. And that's it. It's pretty. But if the art doesn't catch my eye, I'm like, no. And then I read whatever is happening with the aliens, with whatever the fuck is happening. I don't know what's happening there. Every time I see someone talking about the spoilers, I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Why?
That's basically us. Yep.
And I will tell you this. I don't like the art style. I think Ikemoto's art style doesn't I don't vibe with it.
Mm-hmm.
He has hits and he has misses for me. Like, I totally comprehend why people still like it. And I'm like, okay. I am not the target audience. I am not what this series is targeted to. Therefore, I don't like it. Therefore, I won't watch it. Because if I just watch it on the basis that, oh, I like Naruto, I am going to be forcing myself to watch something I totally do not like. And I'm gonna be mad about it.
You know, rather than having a target audience, I think Ikimoto put a target on the audience.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He took his biggest fans and targeted them in the wrong way.
He grabbed that little blonde boy, son of Naruto, and dangled it in front of people like a steak in a cartoon and slapped him in the face with it. Come read it.
I feel like Kakashi and Itachi Tsukuyomi when Ikimoto was on a new chapter.
No, but we completely agree. In fact, basically what you said is like word for word what one of our friends, Cam said. She dropped Two Blue Vortex because she just hated the art style and she really just like likes looking at art styles, and so she's really similar to you in that regard. I'm curious like what manga you do like or what art styles you do like for their art style. If you have any off the top of your head.
How do I say this without getting backhanded for not liking True Blue Vortex? Okay.
He's gonna say One Piece.
Yes, shut up. Okay, but bear with me. I like One Piece on the basis that it doesn't look like your typical anime.
Okay.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's very artsy. If you look at Oda's artwork, it has like a lot of color on the, on the illustrations he does. There's a lot of shapes, there's a lot of colors, there's a lot of themes he does with it. And it's always interesting to watch. And actually, I can tell why some people don't like it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's okay. It's not for everyone. And okay, aside from One Piece, which is another thing, me talking about not styles and I watch One Piece, the art style manga. I actually saw a couple of Naruto manga panels and I was like, oh yeah, these guys' art fucks. This is
it's
fire.
Clean,
actually.
yes. I love Kishimoto's art.
Oh, Kishimoto's art is so good.
I know.
I love it. It's very expressive. I really love when he does illustrations with his characters.
Yeah, like Teen Sasuke is just like
Ikimoto would never.
Exactly. I'm curious.
I especially love when he makes illustrations with Naruto in them or Kakashi because they are always doing something fucking stupid, and by fucking stupid I mean Naruto is doing things, and Kakashi is in the background reading Icha.
Yeah.
He's just not giving a shit. He's living the moment. He's like born. I'm like, yeah, I like this. This is how I want to live.
I'm curious what you think about Mob Psycho or One Punch Man, if you've seen that art style.
Oh, you mean Murata's or One's art style?
That's a good question. Well, why don't you go for both?
Okay. I will say that I love that One decided to draw his own version of his stuff because you can tell he's getting better. And that's always very nice to see how an artist is getting better at what they do. Mm-hmm. And on the other side, I love Murata's on One Punch Man, which, by the way, I like One. And one day I said, okay, I'm just gonna read the manga. And at some point, I was like, how are they going to animate this? How? Who's gonna do this? I bet the animators are gonna be so mad at this guy.
I love that. That's hilarious. Okay, well, we do have a couple artists in the server, most notably Paradox. He posts like a piece of art per day, but like he has also the same idea about the whole like Ikimoto's bad art style kind of idea, so you'll probably get along with Paradox. You probably seen him talking earlier today, but I did want to mention that I think that Ikimoto, how he's like shifted as an artist is at first, maybe it's like a scheduling thing, I don't know, but at first it feels like he was really good at backgrounds and really bad at characters, but now it's like the other way around. He doesn't even try to do backgrounds and he only focuses on characters.
No, let me.
He doesn't even do consistently anyway.
Yeah.
I think that's impossible. Sometimes to balance as an artist. You either focus on the background or you focus on the characters.
Yeah.
Because if you do both, I think it ends up blending and you do not know where to focus your damn eyes. You're like, what am I supposed to look at? Like, where do I look?
But also, I feel like...
To clarify, it's not that he draws, like, simple backgrounds. He just doesn't draw backgrounds. He just does speed lines.
Well, no,
I do want to
say
that on Boruto that he does skip drawing backgrounds
It
as
isn't-
much as he
I agree with that, but it isn't just that. When he does draw backgrounds, I feel like, especially in comparison to part 1, where he did it really well, it's not just that they're simple, it's just that they're overall just worse. Like, they lack depth and perspective to where it's just very flat. It's hard to tell where things are in relation to one another sometimes, and that can be very confusing for a reader. Like, we've debated for like
whole,
30
like,
minutes.
hour discussions on these. Yeah.
Exactly. It's ridiculous.
Oh. Someone, Space made me a question. Can I read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, then what is your opinion on Hirokoshi's art style? I
What a surprise.
Oh yeah.
Space loves
It's
my
valid.
hero.
It's valid because I adore his art style. I actually love that he does these very thick lines on his line work, his line art, and then he proceeds to render the colors, you know what I mean? He colors and he just puts all the detail in, and they look very cool all the time. I haven't seen a single illustration by Hirokoshi that doesn't slap hard.
From what I've seen, he is actually really good at drawing, I guess, horror. He's really good at hands, first of all, which is pretty notoriously to be difficult.
Oh yeah, he likes to flex the fact that he knows how to draw hands.
Exactly, literally. But then the main villain, Tomura, just like, especially later on, it's just like every panel you get of him is just a treat with how horrific he looks. Yeah, exactly. Like, this is still early.
I always have loved how horrific Shigaraki is.
Yep.
Like, fuck yeah, go give us that horrific look, boy. What the fuck?
It just looks really good in terms of art. So.
What,
Yukimoto would
it
never.
makes you go. It makes you go. What the fuck is wrong with? Keep doing that.
Yeah. Like, especially like season 6 and 7 and onwards, like, especially when he has his hands off and it's just like looking at his face and he just looks crazy. It's so good, like his eyes and everything.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And that like tattered piece of cloth that just gets more and more torn as the story goes on. It's insane.
There's just panels where he looks like an old man. I just found one that I love because of how he looks. He looks so fucked up. I do not trust him.
So stupid. I love it. Well, speaking of...
you can just tell that I've been rough with him.
Yeah. Speaking of art, though, getting back to it. So you made more than just one piece. You've made multiple pieces of art. So getting to the second piece here. So who wants to read in Rin's voice?
Oh,
Yeah, because
that
I'm
one.
not there right
That
now.
one I will do it
Okay.
because I do love Rin. So.
Okay.
Obito, you did nothing wrong. Now kill this guy for misinterpreting me and my desires. That's basically how I wrote it. That's the voice. That's the tone.
I love it. So
Because-
it was this piece of art that's like, all right, we need you on the podcast to discuss Obito.
I love it because I actually that text is one of my mutuals on Tumblr. You know, how do you call it? The tags. On Tumblr, you just use the tags to say whatever the fuck comes to mind. And this person just adores Rin. And I love that because I love when people give personalities to background characters.
Well, these
So they
definitely
were
have a
like-
lot of personality in them. I'll definitely say that.
Yes, so I said, oh, I have to draw this. I definitely have to fucking draw this. So I drew Obito first, and halfway drawing Rin in the same time, in the same art style I was drawing Obito, I was like, actually, it would be funnier if she just looked all cutesy and fucked up while saying that.
So, what was going through your mind when you decided to make this? Like, what gave you the, well, I guess you just answered the inspiration, but like, what was like, I should do this?
Oh, it's because it tickled me. It tickled my brain cells.
Okay.
I was going through the tags because sometimes people leave some jewels in the tags.
I love it. What about
it's
the first one?
Oh, the first one is something I was thinking because I want to say that I find it very funny that everyone in Akatsuki has like this very valid reasons to be there.
Yeah.
For example, well, of course, the main three, Conan, Yahiko, and Nagato, they want to make sure Amigakure is a better place. They want to make sure it isn't the middle ground for battles anymore because it was all going to shit. And the rest is just, oh yeah, I'm here because, the village was being an asshole to me and I hate it and I want to commit crimes. But at the end of the day, they all had their own personal reasons that they wouldn't say.
So,
like Sasori was there because, his parents fucking died and he just became very crazy about immortality as well. And then you have Hidan, who is a very fucking funny character. Because if you look a little bit into it, he's just there in fucking Katsuki because Orochimaru told him, "Listen to me, you little bitch. You either come with us and keep doing all of your rituals, and we will protect you, or you go on your own and you will be detained, and you won't be able to do all of that, and like anymore." And he's like, "Okay, I'm interested." And he just left his village because he was tired of it being like this resort, because it became a fucking resort after the war. He was tired of that. He didn't like that. He wanted some fight, he wanted some difficulty, he wanted to go kill people, basically.
okay. So, you said that every member of the Akatsuki has a valid reason. I have a couple of people who you might not have considered. So, I'll run down the list.
Okay,
Okay.
go. I will give you
Okay.
reasons for them to be there.
White Zetsu. Separate from Black Zetsu. He did wear the Akatsuki robe. He's a part of the Akatsuki. White Zetsu. What is your answer?
Well, actually,
Wow.
no. It was only Zetsu. The
Oh.
merging of them that was actually in the Akatsuki.
Okay, if we're gonna count that, then that isn't Black Zetsu. That is White and Black Zetsu merged. So what is the
Exactly.
merged reason for being?
That's the
They are
yeah.
there. Okay, the Black and White Setsu is there because of their own reasons. What reason is that? To bring Kaguya back.
No, that was Black
They're not
Zetsu's
there.
reason.
They are not there just because they want to kill people. Like, oh my god, I just want to kill people. Hell yeah, let's do this. No, they have a reason to be there.
White Zetsu
like,
never
Okay,
said
Oodie,
that.
Oodie, if you're not gonna, even though White Setsu obviously is clearly like in on the Kaguya thing, if you want to ignore that, White Setsu's there because he likes Black Setsu.
Oh, true.
Okay, so is
They-
that
they
your?
got
They are
Something-
best friends.
You could
They
argue.
got something going on. It's weird, but it's going on.
Like, dude, they
Fortunately,
love eating people together. Like they enjoy it. It's a party for them.
You can
It's a
argue
party.
that Kabuto was a member of the Akatsuki. Would you use the same reason because he liked Orochimaru?
Yeah. If you're
No,
gonna
okay.
put it like that, bitch.
When are you referring to, for that out of curiosity?
Just whenever Orochimaru is a member of the Akatsuki and Kabuto's with him.
Yeah, well, it's funny though because like
Oh, wait,
Obito's like,
wait,
"That's
wait,
right, you were
wait.
one of Sasori's spies.
Exactly.
You're a traitor to the Akatsuki." Bro, he wasn't
Yeah.
a member.
I know.
Okay, but Kabuto was never like an official member of the Akatsuki. He was just sent by Orochimaru, like between Orochimaru and Sasori back and forth for info. He was a spy. He was not in Akatsuki himself because aside from that gig, he also had to be in Konoha because he was known in Konoha for being a fucking random ass guy who was found in the middle of a battle. If you, I
Okay.
don't know if you remember that. Anko mentions it. In,
Yeah. Going back to a previous topic, though. So, members of the Akatsuki that had no reason to be there.
Wah.
So we totally derailed because of Kabuto. So, okay. This
Oh,
one should be
Kabuto,
easy,
we
but
love it.
but just to hear whatever your answer is going to be. What is Itachi's reason for being in the Akatsuki?
To be a spy, literally.
I don't think that's a reason, though. That's just something he did.
Obito
they just-
said, "Hey, want to join the Akatsuki?"
Yeah.
Yeah, but,
amazing.
like-
Hey, cousin, when I join the Katsuki, it's cool. We have cool codes. They match.
But, like, you could argue that he
We'll
was
fit
gonna
right in.
do something because he's in the Akatsuki, such as leaking intel. But, like, if anything, his reason would be for the knowledge of what the Akatsuki provides, if anything. But, like, because I'm thinking, like, Hidan, his reason was for protection, if we're going with that. I feel like Itachi's reason can't be something conceptual, like, because I want to be a double agent for the Akatsuki. It can't be something like that. That's not a reason in the same way, anyways.
There was no other thing he could do. Think about it.
That's also true, but I'm going to ignore that. Because he was strong,
You
so...
ignore it because you want to. Like I said, there
Yes.
was no other thing he could do other than joining a Katsuki. An organization that was a current, like, it was, at the time Itachi joined, it was like a latent, like a potential threat, and it actually did become a threat. So if he stayed there, he could slip in information or stuff like that. Like I said, sometimes you look at the story and you're like, why did this happen? And you break your head thinking about reasons for why things happen, and it just happens because Kishimoto wanted it that way. And
Yes.
if you go and ask the man, he's gonna be like,
I don't
oh, I
know.
just wanted it to be that way.
Yeah, that'd be
Itachi
cool.
looked cool in the Akatsuki code. He looks cool in anything. He was rocking it.
Now I will say, Itachi did have other options, to be fair. It's not that he had nothing else he could have done. For one, he could have just gone on the run and just not joined any organization at all. As a meme answer, he could have turned himself in. That is a valid answer. I mean, it's not like he's killed himself there. It was just also another answer, but I'm not going to even pretend like that's a valid answer. The final answer, which is a legitimate answer, he could have just gone to the Land of Silence.
Himself, man. That's such a funny one.
I mean, hey, yeah, join the criminal underground organization, the Land of Silence. Just go there. Like all the other
It's
criminals.
gonna be fun.
Yeah, no, that is the boring answer. But hey, I'm just saying it's possible. He also could have, funny enough, he could have just stayed hidden in plain sight. Just stay in the Uchiha hideout that he, like, massacred or whatever. Just, like, hide there. No one's gonna be looking there.
I mean, he didn't have any, like, I think that's very hypothetical because it's Itachi. He's dramatical. He's dramatic. He's a very
I
dramatic
agree.
guy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, I just killed my clan and then my little poor brother. I'm gonna threaten the Hokage to do horrible things to the village if something happens to tiny little stupid Sasuke, and I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna join the criminal organization.
Yes.
And while he does all of these speech, Obito, aka Madara, is looking at him like, you're losing it. Like, I thought I had lost it, but you're actually losing it, my guy. Put on the stupid red cloud coat and let's go.
Yeah, I basically just disagree with all of Itachi's conclusions. He just is a hypocrite at, like, every point of the series, and it just doesn't make sense. It does make sense, but he just shouldn't. I just disagree with all of his choices based on everything he knew.
It's because he's brainwashed. He's brainwashed with the
Yes.
idea that Konoha is the best fucking thing, that the shinobi world is so noble, and they fight for all the right reasons, and it's like, no.
And Itachi, of
No,
all
you're-
people, knows that's not true, which is just showing
Right.
how intense Hashirama's brainwashing is.
And of course, other brainwashed idiots will be like, oh my god, Itachi's such a hero, we love him.
Hey, Asuma said it best. I don't even care why you did it. You're a mass murderer. I'm not going to listen to anything you have to say. In a
Exactly.
retrospect, yeah, I agree with Asuma.
Asuma, oh my god. I hate the fact that he died so fast, but it's also very funny too.
Yeah.
They really put him, Kishimoto really grabbed him in and put him in a situation.
I know.
And if you go and ask him, why did you do that? Shikamaru boy just needed some very good character development. We needed to give him some spice.
Man, Kamui, you've been real silent these past 3 minutes. I guess you don't have any thoughts on what we've been saying?
I just been
Kidding.
listening, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he's coming up with something to say. Y'all are not only wrong, you're also stupid.
He's stewing over there. Okay. More members of the Akatsuki, though. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to first give some context. So before I say who it is, my next member, I'm going to first go back to reiterate White Zetsu is different from Black Zetsu, because even when they're fused, their thoughts aren't one. They're individual thoughts from both sides, or they are even disagreeing as they share a body. So it is 2 different people still. White Zetsu, Black Zetsu. Even if they're like...
Only one ring. Only one ring. Only one ring.
Okay.
Only one member.
Okay, well, prefacing that, I'm going to go with specifically Goofy Toby, separate from Obito.
He's there to have fun.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Did he need to join the Akatsuki to have fun?
You know Data's partner too?
Okay. Data's partner to be fun? I can imagine that being a legitimate answer, but he can have fun.
Oh, I have this very funny thought that, you know, how people are like, Guru is actually the silly little bitch who is acting on, you know, all the silly little bitch scenes. And I'm like, I really do think that's Obito. Like,
It is.
Yeah.
I really, really do not think it was Guru. I really do think it's Obito.
Well, actually...
I think it's very fun. I think the scene, I know it's filler, but it's still funny. If you go back and watch it, like when you're finished with the match, especially like not finished, but when when he is like begging Deidara so they can stop for some dango.
Yeah, or when he's shaking his butt.
And Deidara's like, oh my god.
My
Like,
professor.
like this 19-year-old is taking this 31-year-old man. If you actually like, if you look too much into it, like I did these past few days, you will realize that he probably was actually like excited about it because he actually hasn't actual food in all the time since he's been on the cave. Like, he's just having these down.
Well,
I mean,
like,
I'm not gonna lie. Like, honestly, okay, Oodie, you're gonna say this is ridiculous, but like, in all of Obito's life, I think his time as Goofy Toby is the time he least wanted to do the Infinite Tsukuyomi. He was having a great time.
He was having the best time ever.
Yeah, Goofy Toby thought the world was
he wasn't
heaven.
having fun just doing whack-a-mole to the Naruto team there.
Bro basically was in a land of dreams.
Yeah.
Man was about to dance the Macarena while making fun of all of that Sasuke retrieval team.
I love it. By the way, we have actually asked Obito's voice actor himself his opinions on Goofy Toby and why that happened. And I leaked that interview in the general chat if you want to check that out at some point. So yeah.
Well, okay, I will.
Pretty cool.
Check it later.
All right. Okay, so next character. And there probably is a legitimate reason. This is just the one character that I just genuinely cannot remember, but I think I have a guess. Juzo Biwa. Do you even know who that is?
Oh my god, who the fuck is that?
So
Maybe
Kamui,
maybe by sight, I will know
This
who
dude.
the fuck that is. Oh, isn't that
Itachi's
Kakuzu? No, it's Itachi's. He's Itachi's.
Yeah.
His original partner. It's the one that had the blade before Zabuza.
Yeah, we don't know a lot about him. I do not myself know a lot about him enough to care about him actually.
Kamui, do you remember what
In
reason?
my
he had?
memory, he was just a rogue ninja, and he was just there.
Okay, so
Like,
what you're
I know he
saying is
talks
no
about-
reason.
Yeah. protection, I guess. Like, I know he talks about the Might Die fight. I don't remember what else he says for why he's there. Like,
Yeah. What I think would be really cool is if he was a part of the Mist Village and he was part of the people who tried to do Zabuza's failed Kage assassination.
that would be cool. The only problem is, I feel like Zabuza. Okay, it's extra funny if Zabuza was the ringleader and he didn't even have the blade. Juzo did, and Zabuza was still on top.
Amazing.
I love it.
I love how those swords get passed down among the swordsmen. It's like, yeah, this cool sword, it feeds off of your chakra. And then it's like, but it has to choose you, it has to like you. Or else.
Okay.
You know, to this day, I still hate. I understand Zetsu; it can betray Zetsu. I just don't like it betraying actual Kisame. Like Kisame drains B's chakra, then just ditches the sword when he fights Guy because he
Yeah.
knows Samehada's gonna betray him. Screw that! He's taking the sword with him to fight Samehada Guy.
Poor Kisame. I actually loved Kisame's character.
Exactly.
He was so fun. He was on board with anything Itachi said. He was like, okay, Kisame, let's go take a visit to my little bitch ass brother. And Kisame really was like, okay, let's go, whatever.
Yeah,
Let's
I'll go fight the rest of the team, or he's just I'll go beat up Suigetsu.
So
Oh,
okay.
so good to be loved. I love that sharp-toothed freak as well.
I love him. I have the same problem with Naruto Talk no Jutsuing Nagato as I do for Talk no Jutsuing Obito. It's not the fact that they did it, since I think there's easily
Yeah, well, I was going to
definite ways
ask
to
you
do
about
that.
that because you had the podcast topic, which you might as well just get into it now. Then, on which you liked, which was better, or which was worse, or what I don't know what you wrote specifically.
I don't even
but-
know which podcast topic specifically you're referencing, but the idea is that he's
What
not...
about Nagato Talk no Jutsu versus Obito Talk no Jutsu? You have it.
Okay, well, I'll
Oh,
get to that in a
oh,
second. But... Oh, yeah?
I have an opinion about Nagato Talk no Jutsu.
Please, let's hear it,
And-
since, hey, so do we.
Okay.
Trust me. The
Yeah,
whole
Yeah,
playlist
here
on
it is.
it.
You said which
man,
is better. Yours is
I-
which is better. The Nagato
Okay,
Obito
so-
Talk.
Yeah,
I
21 videos
think
on it.
Nagato's Talk no Jutsu is better because these, like, Nagato, Yahiko, and Conan were just grasping at any chance of finishing whatever the fuck was going on in Amegakure. Like, of course, at first they didn't trust Madara Obito, but at the end they ended up trusting him because at the end of the day they wanted Amegakure to be a safe space. Like, they wanted it to thrive and to not be the center of all wars. Like, it was going to shit and they didn't want that. And of course, when Naruto, oh, I'm gonna finish the cycle of and better and all of that, I think Nagato dying, he looked like he got put through. He really thought the 17-year-old was being serious. But my problem with that is that my problem was not that he. My problem is that make good on his promise.
You're cutting out a little bit?
Oh, sorry, really? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I hear you now, yeah.
Oh. Well, basically I said that my problem.
Immediately
Negative.
shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah, my problem is that he didn't make good on his. He didn't help Amegakure. And Boruto Amegakure is just an abandoned, fucked up place where
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really like that, but that's fine.
Yeah. By the way, I
I'm
think if you have Discord noise suppression on, that might be why you're cutting out. If you go to like user settings and then
Sometimes-
voice of video.
Sometimes it's the hour because
Oh,
I
yeah, fair
think you
enough.
were hearing me just fine, right?
well
Before.
about
Oh
that.
my god, and you didn't tell me?
We're telling you now.
It's been going in and out a while, but I've pretty much always been able to understand you regardless.
Yeah.
Okay, valid.
Yeah.
I will not believe anything you all tell me from now on. Okay.
No, but I agree. It is absolutely just ridiculous that he didn't help the Rain Village. And you can argue, oh, in the novels or whatever, the Rain Village said they didn't. What the hell? Okay, it was still written to be that way. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't know why. And the thing is, like, I don't know. This was anime only, unless one of Karachi's little blurb manga extra things mentioned it. I doubt it. I think the anime just did that for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we probably just should have
Anyway,
mentioned
keep-
that way earlier. But
Yeah.
should have.
Yeah, you should have.
but we mentioned it now. All right. So, okay. So, Kami, before you give my take, do you have an idea of which one you prefer better? Which one you think is better? Which one you like more? Which one you think makes more sense? I mean, you think both make sense, but...
I like both personally, and I think both are good personally. If I had to pick a better one, though, I'm sure I could convince myself the other way, but I would probably say Nagato's mainly because Naruto at least proves his point by saying, like, I'm not going to seek vengeance against you. Like, I'm going to do the thing you said people can't do. And essentially breaking the cycle of hatred between the leaf and rain right now, in a sense. Which for Obito, there isn't that factor. It's just the, hey, be yourself, which is
Oh my
in the
God.
Naruto one, but it's like
Be
unintentional.
yourself.
Like he's accidentally bringing Nagato's past to light, whereas the other one, Naruto specifically be like, yo, Obito, I know you're there. Come on out, buddy. Like,
Yeah, my problem with that is it's framed as Nagato's learning this for the first time rather than relearning it, considering he already knew this since Yahiko.
what do you mean?
The fact that he thinks people
Learning
can't
what
do
for the first
this
time?
when he knows that Yahiko did this.
Did what?
In my opinion, the fact that Konan was hostage and that Yahiko just took himself out, that to me is basically doing the same thing that Naruto is doing, at least decision-wise.
No, well, at the very least, I don't think that's how Nagato interpreted it. Like, he just
No, me
interpreted it
neither.
as Yahiko didn't want Konan to die, so he chose himself. That's how Nagato definitely interpreted it.
I
He
mean,
interpreted it as
sure.
Yahiko had no choice. Like,
I think it's
Like,
mainly
yeah.
the decision.
Yeah, Yahiko had no choice. Naruto did have choices, several actually, because in that situation, Naruto had the upper hand.
yeah,
He
because, like,
could-
okay, hypothetically, they team up on Hanzo. Konan is gonna die.
Yep.
Yahiko doesn't want that. Naruto doesn't have that hostage situation right now.
Exactly.
And again, I definitely don't. Yeah, I don't think Nagato interpreted Yahiko as saying, "Don't worry, buddy, I forgive Hanzo. Now kill me." That's not. That's definitely not how Nagato interpreted it at the very least. Even if you
Oh,
did.
absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, what I also just dislike is that Nagato at the end is like, oh, I guess anyone has the capacity to do it. I would prefer it if he thought that anyone could, but that nobody actually does do it, and Naruto did do it, so he's going to believe on Naruto, who he does know can do it. He doesn't know if anyone else can do it. He's not just going to believe in humanity now.
Yeah, he now
Well, I mean, in a
has
way,
to.
that's kind of what he's doing anyway. What you said.
Naruto really told Nagato, you better believe it. And Nagato did believe it, bitch. You count on it.
Yeah, so obviously I don't like either of these instances, so it's rather than which one's
I mean,
better,
like-
which one do I
So, well, I mean,
Which one's
I didn't want to say
less
this
or
earlier.
worse?
I like both, but like I would say the Sabusa and Gara ones are better.
Sure, okay.
I think the first
Oh my God.
season's Talk No Youth, like I said, like we were talking
just all
about
better.
earlier, I think they work better because we were recently getting introduced to the characters and stuff. And like we said, like we discussed, Sabusa was not Talk No Jutsu. And even if he got Talk No Jutsu, it was very not on the nose, you know? It was done in a good way. And Gara too. But then in Shippuden, that just for some reason went down the drain. It was
I
just like,
completely
yeah.
agree. It's like just all of the instances of part 1. He's like proving his point to Neji by directly addressing fate. He's not like,
Yeah.
oh, well, Neji, when you were 2 before you got the scar, you were a
Tsunade as
good
well.
guy.
Like, he just with Tsunade, he does the bat, like he wins the bat.
Oh, come on, Tsunade, remember the good days when you weren't like that. It's like, come on.
Exactly.
Yeah, Zabuza doesn't really fit that bill. Like he's not
Yeah.
Naruto's not proving any points. He's just saying like, are you serious, bro? You really don't have feelings for him? And then Zabuza like, all right, you got me, buddy.
Yeah, he got him crying.
Yeah, but I think Neji is just the most in your face. Nah, bro, Destiny's wrong. Yeah, I am a failure. Yeah, the jutsu I failed 3 times in a row, the shadow clone jutsu, you know, the jutsu that I just used. Yeah, you know, you're the genius, though.
Like, Naruto was never pitched, like we said earlier, he was never pitched against an enemy he couldn't, Rasengan his way through or talk no jutsu through.
Yeah.
For example, like the great example, like I said, Hidan. He couldn't talk no jutsu that motherfucker because Hidan was just an asshole. Like, if Naruto was like, oh my god, think about the past, you were not like this, Hidan would have been like, I have always been like this.
Exactly.
What are you talking about? I want to kill people. I need to kill people to keep being.
Like, Naruto
I'll also mention, real quick,
Mhm.
let's probably not going to be quick. I'll also mention, so there's different ways I can word this, depending on what you think is the case, but starting with the beginning of it, I would argue, at least comparatively, Naruto's Taijutsu with Nagato and Obito, as well as Sasuke at the end, those are like the points. Like, it's like, especially in Shippuden, the point is to basically talk no jutsu down.
Yeah.
Whereas in the case of like Zabuza, Neji, Gaara, Tsunade even, again, like I'm not gonna say there's no point, there's a point. But like it's not the point to talk no jutsu them. No. Like Naruto just did that to Zabuza. No, it's the point was to prove no, shinobi are humans. It's not to make Zabuza like you know, change his body become a good guy, just to prove that he's a human. So that one, okay, I guess it's the point. Gaara and Neji, it's more like Naruto's just proving his point right by winning, and he's just talking to them. Obviously, he's a nice guy and all. But
yeah,
like,
but he's
technically,
doing something
if Neji
about
just
it.
was a dick, that doesn't go against Naruto's point. Like Neji could say, "All right, I'm wrong, but I'm gonna be an asshole. That's fine." Gaara can be like, "Okay, you know what? I'll love my friends, but I'm also gonna kill people." That's not gonna take away from anything necessarily. I mean, would, but like, you get what I'm saying. Whereas in the Nagato Obito cases, it is the point to talk to them.
Yeah, because
you could argue. Well, go ahead real quick.
Oh, it's like I was going to say, those two, like Nagato and Obito talk no jutsu is like the point. Like you're saying, it's the point to talk no jutsu them because there's no other way to make them understand, and that's Shippuden's whole thing that I actually didn't like. That they changed Naruto's character to talking instead of acting most of the time. Like with Obito, they were getting blasted left and right, and so he recurred to Obito, chill, my guy. Nagato, I'm gonna help Megakure, and I won't go after you. And it's like, okay, we're doing that. And honestly, it's like, it wasn't bad per se, but it was underwhelming. It felt void for me when I was reading the.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Because when you're reading,
I was gonna say no. So, I'm sorry, Oodie, because I feel like you're gonna like the next part. So there's 2 different things you could say. One is just that it's kind of ironic that we seem to all agree the cases where it was the talk to Jutsu was the number 1 point. It's actually kind of less well executed than the other earlier cases where it was a point, but it wasn't like the number 1 top of the line point to talk to Jutsu your opponent.
Yes.
The other thing you could say, though, if you want to take this further, rather than just ironic, I don't know if I agree with this. So this is why I'm going to be curious of you guys. But it's possible that it's because it was the point that it almost became worse, whereas the other ones, it's because it wasn't the point that it worked so much better.
So there's multiple ways to take that. So first of all, it's from the audience and from the character. I'll start with the audience. So from the audience perspective, when we first get in Naruto, okay, it's a battle shonen. It's these ninjas who are fighting. The expectation, as we see, especially through Naruto Chapter 1, when he beats up frickin' Mizuki or whatever, these are ninja. They're going to be fighting each other. They're going to be killing each other. Haku asks Naruto to kill him. He's willing to do it. He's going to freaking do it, Ryan. He's going to behead Haku. Naruto, the sweetest little Naruto's going to behead someone. It's crazy. But then he chooses to use his words over his actions. He's going out of his way to do the hard thing, the unexpected thing. And he does that for Zabuza. It's not that Zabuza's testing him or anything like Nagato or Obito were, who was like trying to validate their path or whatever. No, it's just Naruto's doing something that Zabuza wasn't expecting or asking or wanting him to do. That applies to him, that applies to Neji, that applies to Gar, that applies to Sasuke. But that doesn't apply to Obito or Nagato, and it also didn't apply to the audience. Because Naruto, again, he's using his words as opposed to his fists, which was the more difficult thing to do, the more manly thing to do, if you want to word it that way, Shadow Mellow, but it's more mature on his part, and it's showing maturity, as opposed to Shippuden, to where it's almost like a test by trial by fire or whatever. It's the expectation by that point. It's not if he's going to do it. It's how he's going to do it. When's he going to do it? What's he going to say to convince the other person, since it's not gonna fail. At this point, Talk no Jutsu's been named. It is a thing. It's not just something that Naruto's going out of his way to do. It's similar to, and please don't tune me out because it's gonna be quick, to My Hero Academia, to where Deku in the later seasons...
where's the snore effect?
So Deku in the later season, he's wanting to go out of his way to not defeat his villains, but to save the victims that are villains.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Which is awesome. But yeah, so
did we forget the part where Deku, did you forget the part where Shigaraki almost kills Aizawa? Or the part where he integrated a lot of fucking bitches?
Crazy.
Are we forgetting all of that?
Exactly. And so Deku, he doesn't have to do that. There's no benefit for him to do that as a character, as a hero. It's just something that he's just gonna do because that's who he is. Naruto, that applies to him in part 1. He's doing it just because it's Naruto. In part 2, it's almost expected of him in a weird way, not only for his growth as a character narratively or whatever, but just almost from the other characters themselves, to where it's like, it's not something that he's going out of his way to do anymore. He didn't need to talk no jutsu Neji. He's just doing that after the match because that's Naruto. Same with everyone else in part 1.
He said, Neji, your point is shit. I'm gonna beat your eyes to prove it.
Yeah, and it's more of like, especially in part 1.
So I know this goes against your point, but technically, he didn't need to talk to Jutsu Nagato. He could have just said, square up, bro.
Yeah. The fuck was Nagato the corpse going to do? He's done for.
Konoha was going to carry 6 billion paper bombs, GG.
No, that was for Madara.
So Nagato is almost like the opposite of that, to where the fact he's not fighting him is, again, the point that he is proving in a funny way. But that's the thing. That's not Naruto being Naruto. Naruto did want to kill him. He's not doing it to prove his point. Him not doing it is to talk no jutsu, but not really, because it's
so
just
that
Nagato's
aspect
test.
I can get, though. It's rather than Naruto just doing it, in this case, Naruto wanted to kill him, and he was going out of his way to not kill him so he could talk no jutsu instead.
Exactly. He's doing the thing that he didn't want to do rather than the thing that was hard.
Well, I mean, he did the thing that was hard.
But he's not doing it because it's the hard thing to do or going out of his way to do. He's doing it to prove the point.
Well, I mean, then again, though, that is also what he's doing with Neji and Gaara.
Yeah, I disagree. I feel like there was, again, no benefit, nothing to gain, nothing to prove. He's doing it almost not to rub it in, but to really get his point across, because he himself wants to show why he's right, as opposed to later on. It's the same thing, but it's not the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. It is the same thing, but it's not the same thing. And it's really every time you cherry pick, I find myself saying, "Well, no, it's the same." But there's something about it that's not the
But
same.
in part one for
I
Naruto,
think-
it was for Naruto. It doesn't have any impact on the world. It doesn't change the results of anything else. It's not going to convince the villains necessarily. Right? He's just doing it so Naruto can say what he wants to say.
Okay, but in part one, it was because he was like, okay, y'all are giving me these stupid fucking reasons for why I can't be Hokage, or you're telling me the world is like this, so I am going to prove you wrong by proving you wrong, actually doing something to prove you wrong. But in part two, like I said with Nagato, like, oh, I will help Amigakure, I won't go after you, I won't say and then he doesn't follow through with his promise.
Yeah.
With Obito, it just is like, oh my god, Rin wouldn't want to see you like this. And it's like, he never met Rin. Rin is dead. Rin is a concept at this point, boy.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't make sense. That's what I mean when I say it doesn't, because Obito was so headstrong about fucking up the world they live in, because it's hell. It's actually hell. Dude, Madara was right. I dare say, at least when he left the village, not when he wanted to fucking put everyone into eternal sleep. But the point is that Nagato and Obito don't work because Naruto just talked for the sake of talking.
Actually, yeah, that is a
That's
good
how
point.
it feels.
That's
That's how it feels.
That's a good point, though, because what is Naruto's character? In part one especially, he's hurt from the world around him, and so he's acting out, playing pranks, right? He's being a loudmouth brat. Look at how he goes into the tuning exams. He makes himself enemy number one to everyone in that room, just strategically dumb, just because that's Naruto's character, to be as loud and brash and brazen as possible. So when Naruto has something to say, it doesn't matter whether you're his enemy or your friend or whatever, he's gonna say it. Unless it's Sasuke about being his friend, then he's not going to say that. But in every other instance, he's going to say it. So whether it's Zabuza or whether it's Inari, it doesn't matter who you are, whether you're Konohamaru, you know, the grandson of Lord Third, he doesn't care about status. He doesn't care about who you are. He's going to punch you on the head and he's going to give you his unfiltered opinion, because that's what Naruto is. He's unfiltered. And he's going to tell you how it is from his perspective. In Shippuden,
And because he's 12 years old and he has no.
Exactly. So Naruto's doing it in part one because Naruto's Naruto. He's not doing it in part two because he's Naruto. He's not giving Nagato his true, genuine opinion. Because guess what? His true, genuine opinion, he wants to kill Nagato. That's who Naruto is. But he's not being Naruto. He's being a different, other version of Naruto to prove he can be that.
But then the problem you get into is like, how much do you want to take maturity into account with the storytelling?
Okay,
Because
I will point out, I am sorry for interrupting you, but I have to say this before we delve into something else. I think what the three of us are trying to get to is the fact that in part one, Naruto, everything he does, every fucking single thing he pulls, is to prove people wrong. And he does something about it. And that's what made it so exciting. It's like, what is he going to do to prove everyone? What is he going to do? That's the appeal. And the appeal that he was actually correct. That he was like, he did something to prove them wrong. And he ended up winning along. In part two, in Shippuden, he does things because the plot needs him to. That's it. The plot needs him to do it. It's not because he has to grow as a character. It's not because he needs to be more mature. He doesn't need to fight. No, it's for the plot to advance. And it feels dry. It feels void in some parts. It's like, hello?
So,
okay, you're telling Nagato you're going to help Amigakure, Cyclone, hate, and all of that. But I am not seeing it.
I agree with that, but I don't like that as an answer, so I'm going to say that, but in a different way. Also bouncing off of Kamui's point. So Kamui, you and I have talked in the past about Naruto's maturity throughout the series. Obviously, he's generally immature. That's just Naruto's character in general. I'm sure we both agree with that.
He's a 16-year-old. How much?
Yeah, so that's fine, that's fine. But, like, I mean, like, in comparison to, like, everyone around him, Naruto just is the immature guy, just like Konohamaru.
Oh, yeah.
He's just the guy.
Totally.
But like, we've talked about this in the past where you could argue Naruto feels more mature in part 1 when he's like serious, at least, as opposed to part, like, we've had that conversation in the past, how that maturity really plays out. I think the way to look at it is like this. In part 1, Naruto is like Kid Obito, to where he's not gonna listen to the rules, he's gonna do what he thinks is right, and he thinks the world's wrong, and he doesn't like that. So, like he says at he says at Zabuza and Haku's funeral, their gravesites, he's gonna do what he thinks is right, and that's his ninja way, basically. You know, I mean, basically, completely not saying what he actually said, but
Yeah,
that's
so
the
then
idea.
you get to, real quick, so then just to put examples on the page, Neji is saying things and he doesn't like Neji's tone, so he's gonna tell him about it. Kiba's talking down, he doesn't like Kiba's tone. Gaara's being a maniac, he doesn't like what Gaara's saying. Tsunade, oh, he doesn't. You watch your mouth, Tsunade, or I'm gonna sock you. Sasuke,
Yeah.
I don't like the way you're going around.
He was really ready to suck an older woman. He was a
Yeah. And
stronger person.
No, you literally said, I don't care if she is a lady.
yeah.
Yeah, he really said what.
In fact,
And Tsunade was.
go ahead, sorry.
Oh, didn't you? Oh, okay.
I thought you were
we
saying
didn't know if you
Tsunade.
cut out or if you stopped because Oodie was going to start.
Oh no, I did cut out. I just said that he was ready to fight that one news about it.
Fight Tsunade, yeah. So I think this is actually the most important thing in this conversation, probably. Yeah, Naruto is like that throughout all of part 1, but whenever he has a crushing defeat or whatever, that hits hard. And we see in the Gaara fight how much it hits hard whenever Naruto feels bad. So, coming out of the Sasuke fight, his biggest defeat of all time, the end of part 1, he is at his absolute lowest at this moment. But you know what?
He looks like a wet cat. He looks so miserable.
And the audience is like, Sakura, we don't know how Naruto's gonna take this. This is a big deal, the biggest deal. Naruto might be permanently changed after this. In fact, Jiraiya tests him, and Naruto confirms, not reaffirms, but confirms who he is. He is Naruto. He's like Kushin. He's saying Naruto's Naruto, all right? And no, he's like, no, I'm going to be the fool for the rest of my life. And that is what we get. After the Sasuke fight, he's not drastically permanently changed because of that crushing defeat. He's going to continue being Naruto. That's what we get at the end of part 1, going into the time skip. Okay, so then you get Shippuden. That's who I were expecting to see.
I hate to do this, but I'm going to mention it even though it just sounds ridiculous. You could argue this doesn't apply to Obito's, but in Naruto's case, he does affirm who Naruto is via the book.
Oh my god. Okay.
He sticks true to it. That's who Naruto is.
No, that's not who Naruto is. That's who book Naruto is.
Because Jiraiya wrote it that way.
Okay. But coming, but then I think that's the most important thing is Naruto confirming he's not changed and that Naruto's gonna stay on his path of just being Kid Obito and saying screw you world, if I don't like you I'm gonna let you know about it and I'm gonna change it because screw that. And he's just not caring about status or rules or anything else. Going into Shippuden, he tells Kabuto, yeah, you can cut off my arms, you can cut off my head, I'm still gonna bite you to death. So that's still Naruto being Naruto in the same way, in my opinion. You could argue it's not the exact same, but Naruto's being Naruto. He hasn't changed. After the time skip, he's matured, as Sakura said. He's spent time with Jiraiya, he's grown up, he's literally physically matured, but he's matured. So, how does that maturity actually play out?
Sai, he hasn't physically matured.
Okay.
Oh, can I point out, now that we're talking about maturity and that you mentioned Jiraiya, is that I've seen people, and me, myself, I am people, who point out that Jiraiya didn't teach Naruto shit, except for the Rasengan, while they were, like traveling, while they were training. And I think, yeah, okay, Jiraiya only taught him the Rasengan. He gives Naruto back to Kakashi. He throws him at Yamato. I am too hurt for this shit. He throws him at Yamato. And Yamato is like, I'm gonna teach you this stuff. And I was like, isn't this stuff Jiraiya should have taught Naruto in the first place? And I guess, like always, for plot reasons, this needed to be shown. But at least they should have shown Naruto saying something like, "Oh yeah, never." So my point is that maybe it's the writing. Like when something doesn't make sense, I blame the.
Yeah, Naruto
Maybe
just got
doesn't.
randomly tiers of speeds faster when he learned the Rasen Shuriken. He was being speed blitzed by Sasuke at the beginning of part 1, and then he's speed blitzing Kakazu, basically. It's just randomly, like, 20 times faster for no reason.
Yeah, fuck it, we bowl. So, my point with all this is that maturity that we used to see on tiny little baby boy Naruto, it was there, and you could see it in when it was needed. But in Shippuden, it's like, okay, I can see how he changed, but it also feels shit because Naruto is still Naruto, and although I love him to tiny bits, like I love, it's like he should have changed a little, don't you think? Just a little.
So, in my opinion, obviously Naruto's a lot more of a loudmouth in part 1, and that can just be chalked up to just strictly just different levels of maturity. Part 1, Naruto just was more mature in general, and just as he just would age out of that rather than being taught by Jiraiya or whatever. I don't think Teen Naruto would be going around doing the exact same thing, being as annoying, but aside from that, I would say that Naruto's insecurities in part 1, like, he's scared to fight Neji going into the fight. He has things left unsaid with Sasuke, the most important things, and Sasuke came right out and said that they were friends. But, like, ignoring the meme, Kamui, that is still very important for Naruto's character. Like, Naruto has...
I know. I love how... I was thinking about this the other day. I can't remember what meme thing I texted you about, but I just love how we just completely bastardized the meaning of so many things to the point of extremity.
I love it.
Incredible.
Even though we've never said it, think is one of them.
I know, yeah. But either way, so part 1 Naruto, he has these insecurities, and so he's not saying everything he wants to say when it matters most. In part 2, I feel like those insecurities come out more directly, so literally out loud, when he's being mature. And I think that's how his maturity is more or less portrayed. For example, I think the most obvious example, obviously, Naruto's against killing Sasuke during the entirety of the 5 Kage Summit. He doesn't want Karui to beat him up. That's not Naruto, who would just allow those two things out. No, he's gonna be like, no, screw you! I'm not letting you kill Sasuke. But it's Naruto's maturity manifesting in the form of insecurities that basically just like, oh, I can't tell you no, Gaara. Oh, Shikamaru, you're gonna go kill him. Oh, I guess I'll just stand here for a while till I have a panic attack about it. Part 1, Naruto's not doing that, bro. And the difference there is because of the maturity. So I do think it's being manifested in the form of insecurity, which is a weird thing to say, because this maturity is stopping him from saying the mature thing that he wants to say, unlike part 1.
I will say a very controversial thing. I think that, oh my god, it was so weird. Like, okay, I know what you're doing, Kishimoto. I know Naruto a lot about his friend, about his bro getting killed. He doesn't want Sasuke to fucking die. He is convinced Sasuke can be turned good. Air quotes, because Sasuke was never bad. And it's like, okay, I can see it, Kishimoto, but at the same time, Naruto is at his fucking lowest. Not gonna lie, in those moments. he's at his lowest because everyone is dead set in killing Sasuke, and probably he's like, oh my god, I can't fucking stop them from doing that if everyone wants to kill Sasuke. And I think that's when Naruto doesn't feel like Naruto.
Mhm.
It's like he
Yeah.
like tiny Naruto will probably be like, telling God shit, I will find him first and you're not gonna kill him. And he will go on his. But of course, they have Yamato with them, and that man is like, I am not. You stay here.
Actually, I guess another way you could look at it, I guess maybe this might be a little bit more fair, is how Naruto's maturity manifests as insecurities. How that is different is what those insecurities are, in part, because I do think it's different. In part one, the insecurities are a little bit more smaller, selfish things that are more personal to Naruto, such as his fears. I think his fears would be his insecurities. His fear of losing to Neji, his fear of his losing his rivalry to Sasuke, or like admitting his true
Fear of
feelings to
Gaara.
Sasuke, or Gaara.
Yeah.
I don't even think Gaara was
The
even an
literal
insecurity, really, but it's just a fear in general. He's just scared. but in part two, I don't think he's scared of those things. He sees them more as responsibilities, which for Naruto, those come across more as burdens that are weighing down on him, rather than fears that are like making him anxious. I think that's a little bit more fair. It still comes out
Yeah.
the same
I was
way,
also-
but internally that's a difference.
I was also thinking, because I think you kind of hit it right on point when you said that, like, in part one, his immaturity lets him just speak his mind, which inevitably makes him say the mature things.
Yep.
Whereas in part two, his maturity is what prevents him from saying his mind, which would have said the mature things.
He holds his tongue.
But it's specifically after hearing Pain's Cycle of Hatred speech where that really comes out.
Yeah.
It's almost like Pain convinced him to not be, the usual Naruto who just says his mind. I mean, Naruto starts to say his mind, and Pain just says, like, bro, you're wrong. Here's why.
I agree.
And then, but because of that, now his Taco Jutsu will just be different.
So much for being a fool the rest of his life. More like only 3 more years.
Oh my god. I still can't believe Nagato got punked by a blonde little kid.
I would say hypothetical, though. But I don't know what the hell this would look like. But if you were to try to write a part 1 Naruto talk no jutsu to Pain as well as Obito,
off the top
what
of the
would
head.
you change?
Oh
So
god.
like again, the goal is to talk no jutsu. No, you can how that manifests can be whatever you want to go with, but the goal is to talk no jutsu him, but in a part 1 Naruto like way.
The closest instance would obviously be what he says to Neji. Obviously, he's not going to be talking about destiny, but I feel like he's going to be getting across a lot of the same ideas. I feel like this is something that I would want to think about for hours before being confident in saying anything out loud.
But the other question is, are these instances even applicable to like how he says things in the part 1 examples?
Yeah.
Like,
It's hard.
but that's kind of the problem. I don't know if they are applicable because again, the context is different. Not only like the point is to make these guys stop
it's the
doing it.
stakes.
It's just different, yeah.
Mhm.
It's the stakes.
That as
For
well.
example, in part 1, there was no like for like in sometimes there wasn't a lot of stakes, but and if there weren't the same stakes as in Shippuden, like. And this one is like, oh my god, a lot of. In part 1, it's like, oh my god, a lot. And in Shippuden, it's like, the world is going to fucking explode.
I completely
Like-
agree. In part 1, it's a lot more self-contained, more personal. It's like, oh no, the bridge. Oh, whatever am I gonna do if I fail my mission? Oh, the tuning exams. Oh, I guess I'll just have to take that again in 6 months. Oh, whatever will I do? As opposed to part 2, it is a lot more actually serious with the fate of the entire world. Something that means more to the world than just Naruto's opinions on it. It matters to everyone, including everyone Naruto cares about. And obviously that's still there in part 1. It's like the Hokage. Oh, the village is being destroyed. I better take care of that. But generally, I feel like in part 1, it's a lot more self-contained as opposed to part 2. You could cherry pick, nitpick that, say part 2 also has some self-contained things of missions that matter or whatever. But it feels like it's not that itself, it's how Naruto himself views it as the most important thing of all time, when in reality it's not actually that big of a deal, but it's a big deal to Naruto.
Yeah, I think, like, okay, another controversial opinion. All of the okay, this is very fucked up, but all of the Kaguya shit and all of the alien and all of that stuff could have just been cut off.
Mhm.
And all of the time they spent, all of that shit time Kishimoto spent like building up to that, he could have used to give Obito and Madara, like, because they were the two baddies, they were the two big evils, you know. And at the end, Kaguya got beat up in like less than 10 chapters of the manga, I think. And it was she was very underwhelmed.
Yeah, it was
I
very
think
quick.
I am going to mention Jujutsu Kaisen because it's very similar. The two of them, Gege and Kishimoto, created at the, like, towards the end, they created two big stakes, like too big. They got out of hand. You have Madara and you have Sukuna, like both unbeatable. Like, how are, if they don't get some crazy ass boost up in power, some fucking power up that fucks them up? It's like, bro, you did this to yourself and now you're shit. It's not making sense. It seems rushed. It's bad. It's bad, and you're playing it like it's the best thing ever. And like I said, I comprehend the very tight times of mangaka and stuff, but at the same time, it's like, if you're already tight on time, why would you extend onto something else? Like, just cut it out. Just cut it out. Come up with something and do a great ending. And this man pulled out Kaguya, building to parent.
Kishimoto really wanted to do Kaguya. It's like to the point of he wasn't compromising on it. Like, he wanted to do Kaguya.
Yes.
Yes. I don't believe in Daigo's theory about Boruto. No, I think Kishimoto wanted to do the Kaguya stuff. He did foreshadow her in like chapter 640 or whatever, which is before I think they said, hey, and at chapter 700. So I think he wanted to do Kaguya, and I think he just really wanted to do it. And so chapter 680 rolls around. He's like, I'm doing it now.
Yeah, okay, so this is something that I discuss with other people. Like, Shippuden doesn't feel the same as part 1 because part 1 had this charm about magic ninja powers.
Yeah.
And then in Shippuden, they focus on giving you an explanation for all of these. They give you a system. They give you the origin, and it's when it starts to lose the whimsy, okay, it's you're starting to make me think about things, and it's starting to lose a little bit of its cool, but okay, what are you doing? And then they're like, oh, this is Kaguya, the mother of all chakra. She wants it all for herself. And she's an alien because aliens.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
It becomes a lot more Dragon Ball-y than what made it unique in the first place.
It becomes like Dragon Ball, and don't throw rocks at me. I don't like I have never liked it. Not because of that, not because it's not because of the art style. Actually, Akira Toriyama's art is very good. I think it's one of the best out there.
Awesome.
And I just do not like Dragon Ball. I think the power shonen, yeah, that's what it's designed for. And it works in Dragon Ball. it works in Dragon Ball. Okay? That's the point. But in Naruto, it feels, you know, since it started so good, and then in Shippuden, it's okay.
Yeah.
This is what you're doing, and following the story. So okay, whatever you want to do, you do it. And then he pulls out the aliens, and it's like, oh my god, what are you doing? And then two blue boardeds, like Boruto comes in, and I'm staring at it like, what are you doing?
Yeah, we've definitely talked about concepts like this a lot here, so I totally get where you're coming from on that.
I think, all in all, I think Kishimoto should have stayed with the whimsy magical ninja powers without delving too much into that. And if he wanted to do a space thing, which he did with Samurai X,
Yeah.
and it didn't have any success, I
Unfortunately.
think Samurai X was something he should have took as foreshadowing. Like, it doesn't work. You do not know how to write. Get someone who knows how to do stuff. Because that's the thing. Kishimoto does not know how. He can write some very good characters. He can do it. He can draw. He can create. He can come up with a very good story. But in terms of writing it, coming up with stuff for it, it's like he lacks some. He lacks in that department. You know, it's like you need someone to help you. Just accept it.
Yeah, get Kodachi to do it, if anything. He was great in Boruto Part 1.
Yep.
Yeah, don't ask Ikimoto, but we all know that's who he would have asked. So be thankful he didn't ask that.
Okay.
But I think Kakashi is their age. He just graduated earlier.
Okay.
He became a chunin, and then when he became a jonin, they were chunin, so they were like in his team. And since he was just recently ascended to jonin, Minato had to accompany them to make sure it was okay, and it was an important. So Minato had.
Okay,
And
real quick, Oodie, you just made me think of something completely ridiculous. But about the Sage of the Cast argument about the Kakashi H thing, I have a hilarious theory to argue against it.
Okay.
Okay, so you know how in Ibiki's first exam, there were Chunin taking the exam,
Uh-huh.
technically.
Yeah.
So what if, way back in the day, they took this to a ridiculous extreme? So Kakashi, the Chunin, was just, because Ibikis are running the exam, is making him take the exam as one of the fighters. So like the Genin not to fight the Chunin, Kakashi.
Well, that's not even that far off, since there is an OVA in Part 1 Naruto, not Jonin exams, but like a day where the Genin teams fight the Jonin. It's a really cool exam. Like, you get Naruto and Sasuke with the Rasengan Chidori fighting Kakashi. It's so cool. I love that OVA. But you get like all the things. I want to go back and rewatch that OVA now. But you know, if they're doing that, you might as well just do this as well.
Yeah, so that was just that year's exam, and Kakashi just beat everyone.
Amazing.
I love that.
But anyway.
Oh, also, I want to point out that Kishimoto timeline shit is fucked up, because if you count, like, if you put a fucking timeline on the Akatsuki stuff, this is very funny, because he helped when the Akatsuki backstories were written, right? And for one of the games, I don't remember which, there's a lot of Naruto games. And in Hidan's backstory, he's already looking so much older. Like, he's already looking older. But when he joined, he was like 15 or 14. Really? And now it's like, why does he still look the same? He was like tiny. He was like younger than Naruto.
Hidan was like the last member to actually join the Akatsuki. So there was that.
Yeah, and that's so fucked up, because Deidara was Deidara is younger than him. So Deidara was so fucking tiny. Like, I can just imagine Onoki looking
Well,
at
actually,
old 9 and being like, "You're fucking evil, aren't
I'm
you?"
glad you're
Right,
saying
so,
that.
dude.
So, when it comes to the Akatsuki and their sizes and appearances, so this is what the Akatsuki first looked like at the end of Naruto Part 1 in the manga. And if you actually
True.
take a minute to look at their character designs, okay, Kisame, Itachi, maybe Zetsu. Who are the
Maybe.
rest of these?
I think the one in the bottom is Sasori.
Yeah, with the
But
Hiriko
this
shell.
is this is I think it's when
Yeah.
Kishimoto didn't have like a clear idea.
Yeah. But
So he
who's
just
the
made
tall-
what
Is this
random
Bakuzu?
bullshit go. I guess no because Kisame is taller than Kakuzu.
Oh yeah, so
That's
Yeah, the original Nozana Kakuzu, he was
that's what I mean.
so who do you think this is hanging
Kishimoto-
on upside down like a bat just on the cave ceiling?
That's Toby being weird.
So, well, in the anime, it's actually Daigoro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just he didn't know what to do yet. They were still a
Weird.
concept.
Hanging
Oh my
upside
god,
down.
he's just hanging out.
See,
He's
if
hanging
you,
upside down.
like, flipped your laptop or whatever upside down, at first I was like, well, it looks like it's right side up. I never realized
Based
but
on
if
the
you
eye.
turn upside down, it does work. This just is Data. His hair's falling down, like, in his cloak lines up better. Like, that just is
It's
upside down
Deidara.
Data.
Yeah,
He's
so
Deidara,
so
yeah.
again, I just want to point out this is Data.
Incredible, amazing, show-stopping. Keep doing that, you.
This also doesn't make sense with the Akatsuki figures.
Yeah. And
Also, we have
we get this
we
shot.
have like we
Yeah,
have like a fucking how do you
this
say
shot.
like there's filler episodes where they and he does look younger because he's like 16 in that flashback.
Mhm.
And I was like, yeah, see, y'all know what you're didn't want to do extra design to actually fit the timeline in this goddamn series.
There's a lot of different timelines, basically. Anime, manga, video game, light novel, if you want to count that.
And I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
I mean,
you have no idea.
for continuity-wise, sure. If you take it seriously. If you don't take it seriously, it's whatever. You just go with whatever you prefer. Or I just like the fact there's multiple different versions, because I love, like, this version did this, but this version did that, because I love seeing multiple different versions of the same thing.
No, of course, different versions are okay. I have nothing against that. But in the main timeline, it doesn't make sense.
Yes.
It's like okay, I need this man to sit down and draw the timeline of shit that happens because it doesn't make sense. Actually, I think like I was wrong earlier because when Kakashi graduates, he becomes a Genin earlier than anyone else, unless they held him as a Genin until Obito and Rin were able to take the Chunin with him. I see no other reason for why he took the exam with because he did. He was there.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, didn't he? Okay, if he was such a genius, why did you help for such a long time? Because I doubt y'all touched your heart. Oh my god, he's just a child.
I mean, trust me.
Killed people at
We've done videos on all of this at this point. Chunin make no sense. Jonin make no sense. Special Jonin make no sense. We've got them all covered. Every ninja rank, even ninja ranks themselves, make no sense. We have that video as well. It's all the make no sense playlists.
I think the fact that there's like Genin, Chunin, Jonin, and the Hokage, that makes sense. But there being like special Jonin is like, that's just Ambu. That's just Ambu. You say it's Ambu.
Yeah. And the fact that all
Like-
the Genin are stronger than all the Chunin. It's like, why?
Yeah, that's fucked up. But it's because Naruto's generation also had a bunch of heirs. And a bunch of very fucked up kids. Honestly, look at Lee. Look at Lee. He can fuck a bitch up.
Bro goes crazy on him. I love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's just okay. These things make sense. The ranking makes sense. But when someone who is like a lower tier ninja is stronger, why don't you just give him the promotion? It's like no what Sam needed. What the fuck?
Yeah. Hey, I mean, I'm
Also-
totally in agreement.
Also, I want to point out that it was very funny to me. I just realized this, that just as Kakashi, as they come from the land of Wei, Kakashi is so confident that his kids can just pass this exam, eyes closed, hands tied, and they're back. Iruka is like, these kids are not fucking ready. And Kakashi asks, shit, Iruka, shut the fuck up. You're just a chunin.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
bro's touching a bell in Minato's pre-academy exam or whatever. Oh, I guess it's after academy. You
Yeah.
can't, it's
It's like,
touching
shut
Minato's
up,
bell.
God. And even Kakashi is like, they are my kids. They are not yours. They are my. They are no longer yours. You have no. I can just
Face
imagine
Kakashi.
slapping Kakashi up in the head when one Sasuke comes back, beaten my fucking Orochimaru out of all here. Them tuning it, Orochimaru themselves. Okay, then Naruto's like Sakura's like tweaking. You can tell me good hair. She fought Ino. She is just dealing with the trauma. This little who wanted to be a ninja to prove that she could do it. She has been through hell.
I love it, bro. I love Sakura's character. I love the Sakura Ino fight. One of the best fights in part 1.
I love Sakura as a character.
Let's go.
Bonus.
You need to talk to Cam Cam. Sakura's
Incredible.
#1 fan.
So the other thing is that Naruto is like also tweaking. Like, we have to help Sasuke for the love of God, Kakashi. And then that's but the funniest part about all this, I want to say, is that Kakashi, the Kopinin, Kakashi of the Sharingan, really goes and tells this blonde kid who has this blind faith in, I am not suited to train you, so I got you someone better than me to train you. And he puts fucking Naruto in the hands of Ebisu. Fucking Ebisu! What the fuck is Ebisu going to do? He hates this kid so bad. Like, he hates him.
It's crazy.
It's just Naruto's luck that he finds Jiraiya in that. He's just like, okay, this is a guy who's training, and he doesn't fucking know that's a.
Yeah.
Like, Jiraiya could have told, I am the great mighty fucking Jiraiya. And Naruto's just like, you suck. You suck, my guy. What the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, the truth is that Kakashi's style maybe isn't the best for training Naruto, or the fact that Naruto needed to work on the basics or whatever. But, like, let's be honest, considering what Kakashi did for Naruto with the...
I know, based off the Rasen Shuriken training, I think his style's just fine.
Oh, yeah, I was going to point that out. Like, okay, in Naruto Part 1, he wasn't suited to train Naruto, but in Part 2, for the Rasen Shuriken, he was.
Exactly.
Okay.
I think he was suited to train Naruto. He just wanted to train with Sasuke.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, he definitely wanted. I also want to point out that I think that Kakashi felt like he had to train Sasuke, because at this point, two Uchihas had fucking fallen out of grace. Who he was close with. He was close with Itachi. Itachi killed his whole fucking family, everyone in the clan, and he left. Obito, he fucking died. EBDB, bitch. No
Yeah.
more Obito. Obiton. And then there's Sasuke, another Uchiha. So I think like Kakashi felt pressure to do something about it.
Yeah, I think it was definitely a responsibility. Like he
It was
felt like he
like-
needed to train Sasuke. Like he
He was
needed to, like,
he really was
train him.
like he really was
Yeah.
like, I need to do something about this. I cannot let this
especially
one go.
especially to the utmost degree after, because this is coming out of, he already knows Orochimaru's plans, not necessarily
Yes.
the immortality jutsu aspect, but like he knows Orochimaru is trying to get Sasuke to come to him. All the more reason why he's like, yeah, I gotta train Sasuke and give him a big powerful jutsu quick, or else he's gonna ditch this village.
And he teaches him that Chidori. Fuck it.
And
So
he
can
used
use
that
it on his
Chidori
friend,
against
even
him.
though he never said it.
Kakashi was like, okay, Sasuke boy, you do not use this on your friend. I will give you this jutsu. It just has this one rule. You do not use it on your friends. Like, he specifically told him that. You do not.
Well, he didn't use it on his
He-
friend. He used it on
Yeah,
his
he-
best friend.
He literally, Kakashi literally thinks he willingly killed Rin. He thinks this was his plot all along. Somehow he gets killed Rin
Yeah.
because he's evil and bad and the devil. So he's like, do not use it on your friend. What does Sasuke do? He picks up a fight with Naruto on the roof of the hospital and fights him, and he uses a Chidori, and thank God Kakashi was there. And another thing that I want to point out, I love everything is to be okay. He's like, oh, don't worry, everything will go back to what it was. And I was like, so sweet. But anyway, he comes, he stops these fucking kids from killing each other, and he's like, what did I tell you, mother? And then Jiraiya himself is like, so like, just Kakashi's like, you taught him the Rasengan? No, you're not going to shit, bitch.
Yes, and Naruto's talking to Sakura like, please don't get in our way next time, but he's saying it fiercely. Like, everything about this entire arc is just my favorite arc of all time. It's just, everything here is iconic. I love every single freaking thing of this arc.
Like, every single thing about part 1 is so iconic. Everything.
And it felt like
every
everything was
single part of
leading
it.
up to this, as opposed to Shippuden, where the final fight just happens. It doesn't even make
Yeah,
sense. Sasuke
everything-
just goes
like,
there for no reason.
Everything in Shippuden just happens for a fucking reason. Which reason? Who knows? It just happens. It just happens because Obito decided, oh, it's time to put my plan in motion. This is what Madara will have told me to do. And he does, and that's what starts happening. But the fact is that it doesn't feel natural. That's what I was saying earlier. It doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel like it's getting somewhere. And even when it's getting somewhere, it doesn't feel like it.
Now, don't get me
the
wrong.
funniest thing about all of this, real quick, word for word, what you just said is what we've been saying about Tubu Board.
No, that's... I do not know anything about Two Blue Bordets, but from what I've heard...
Lucky.
is... like, what I've heard about Two Blue Bordets is very underwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And-
if you feel that way about Shippuden, now I want you to read Tubu Vortex to see how much more extreme you're gonna learn it about Tubu Vortex.
I'm
Well,
gonna
you
fucking
must-
hate it. I just know it. Because, you know what? I love... Like, I have to say this. I don't like Sasuke and Sakura's relationship. But I do love Sarada. I'm like, okay, one good thing came out of this. Sarada. I love that little girl. She's so stuck up in Boruto in the anime.
She's great in
like-
part 1, yeah. I love her. in
She's
part 1.
great. I have always thought that Boruto should have stayed a casual series, you know? As in, oh yeah, this is what ninja life became after Naruto. And just that. No stakes, no the world is in danger, no ninja shit. No, it's
I'd
just
be fine with
a
that.
little slice of life ninja.
I'm with you on that. I think it's a hot take. I'm one of the very rare exception few that do agree with you on that. That would be good.
Oh, I got a question on the chat channel
Okay.
that if I think that Naruto and Sakura should have ended together, and I am going to respond this by taking a lot of detours along. The thing is, I think Naruto and Sakura had a lot more chemistry than Sakura and Sasuke or Naruto and Hinata. Like that's how I'm going to put it. But at the same time, I think it wouldn't have, like, it will have worked actually, because they have very, like, complement each other. But at the same time, I feel like it will have just been like using Sakura as, like she doesn't have a say, like, oh, Naruto is better to you, nicer, like some shit, this and that, and the nice guy keeps the girl, you know? Which, let's be honest, it kind of fucking sucks a little. So on that part, I am like, oh, okay, yeah, no, I'm glad they just stayed friends. Because at the end of the day, she loved Sasuke. What am I going to do? This is But if it had been on me, yes, I would put them to end together. But I think that an ideal ending, like an ideal will have been for Sakura to marry someone else who isn't the main two,
Oh, really?
which are Sasuke and Naruto. I don't know. I don't
What
care
about
who-
Rock Lee?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. We will. Rock Lee deserves it. He's cool, and he really does want to Sakura. But again, it's the nice guy get the, you know, it's like she is her own person.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I don't really care which way Naruto ends up with, and I do think Sakura deserves to end up with Sasuke. Not in like a bad way, but like a good way for everything she went through to get with him. I mean,
But that's
Naruto's the
the
main
problem.
character. He's the
Like-
crush we should care about. I feel bad for Hinata, but she died against pain anyways.
You know what? I will say it, like, this is my counter. Not because I do not agree with the canon ships. I actually think Naruto and Hinata and Sasuke and Sakura work to surface level. But if you think about it, it's a little bit, it's forced. If they had had a little bit more development, it would have been better. But again, tight times and all of that. Like, for example, Sakura and Sasuke. Sasuke was always so shit to her.
Yeah.
He was so shit to her. And she actually never tried to understand him. Because, remember, Sasuke was losing his mind. Like, every in this series, he was
Well,
losing his shit.
To be fair,
because
it's
he's
not
full-
it's not that necessarily. It's that she was almost too scared to ask, but she did want to understand him. But she just didn't know
Yes,
how to go
but-
about it.
Yeah, and that's the problem. She didn't know how to go about it, and she tried to fucking kill him instead of understand. The fact is that he kept telling them, "Hey, my fucking clan died, and it's the fault of the leaf." But everyone else was so brainwashed, like Naruto, Sakura, Kakashi. They are all so brainwashed that, oh, you know, the leaf is the best. What the fuck do you mean, Sasuke? How are you going to destroy your home that keeps selling us to kill
Yeah.
people?
I think it's
How are
because
you going to-
Sakura, like you were saying earlier, she's like trying like hell to be a ninja and to be good, but she's not someone that comes from a bad, sad backstory like Naruto or Sasuke, which she knows that about Naruto now since Sasuke made her aware, and she knows that Sasuke is similar in a regard. But she knows that Sasuke, regardless of the past, but even now, Sasuke's going through some big and bad stuff. She's going through some serious shit, and Sakura doesn't want to
Absolutely.
get in his way. So in a way, she's doing it for Sasuke, basically staying out of his way, since she knows she can't relate in a way.
It's like she is Sasuke in the Final Valley, hearing Sasuke say to Naruto, "How could you possibly know what it's like? You've never been through any of that." But like, it's like Sakura already just knows that, and so Sasuke doesn't even have to say that to her.
Like, it's like they may understand each other. They have their moments. I won't say, "Oh my god, there was no leading up to." Like, we had no clue they will end up together. Of course, we had clues. And of course, we knew Hinata prize for winning against the bad guys and saving the world. Because let's be honest, that's what she is, a prize.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because I love the Naruto girls, and the way they are handled is terrific. It's atrocious. Don't let Kishimoto write anyway. So the thing is, just they feel more like both Hinata and Sakura to Naruto and Sasuke. To Sasuke is like, okay, it makes sense. He's gonna marry to keep on with his clan, and I'm glad because she's fun. She's funky. I appreciate her.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I will put out this, like, what if Sasuke had said, you know what, with this Uchiha shit, fuck it. No, we're not doing that anymore. I am the last one. To hell with that shit.
Yeah.
Bye.
I mean, for me, everyone was happy in the end, so I guess I'm okay with it. And yeah, there wasn't a lot of development for Naruto and Hinata in the series itself, but there was still at least a little bit there. But I mean, they had a whole movie, so I'm satisfied with that as well. They're fine. And then Sasuke and Sakura, I think there was stuff there in the manga itself.
I haven't watched the last because I am going to be honest. I do not like that pairing. I don't like Naruto and Hinata as a ship. And like I said, I do not like me sector. But they try to fucking kill me, I guess.
I mean, if it's a movie dedicated to the ship, it has a whole movie dedicated to that. Then I mean, just in concept alone, I don't even need to watch the movie. That alone tells me, all right, there's enough there for me to be satisfied.
Yeah, okay. What Space is saying, Naruto doesn't think he can understand love. Romantic love, however, is like he has never had a girlfriend. He didn't grow up a normal person. Know what this is about.
Yeah, but he did love Sakura in part 1.
Like, the fact that they needed to do a movie about the development of Naruto and Hinata's ship tells me that it's not the best. Tells me that it's like, oh, we didn't do it in the anime. To justify it. It's like, you could have done better than that. Why not do better than that? And I know, and said, oh my god, I'm gonna fight this orange-haired motherfucker. I love him and shit. But it's so funny because she's like, oh my god, and Naruto just is just laying in the stabbed by by those bars, and like, okay, girl, let me buy this man, and it never gets.
Just in part 1 alone, Naruto considers Sakura his precious person who he made a promise of a lifetime to. Like, this is bordering on the same level of like Obito saying that Rin is his sole light and hope in all of this dark world, basically. Naruto just loves Sakura in part 1.
Oh yeah, I was going to say this. The thing is, Naruto at one point, I don't remember which chapter or after, I think it's after the Chunin exams when Tsunade heals Sasuke. Yes, it's in that part when they finally convince her to come to Konoha to heal everyone.
Mm-hmm.
She comes, she heals Sasuke, he wakes up, and Sakura is all over him. She's like, oh my god, you wake up. She's so happy that he woke up.
And then Naruto's just devastated.
And Naruto understands that she's not going to love him because he's not Sasuke. He will never be Sasuke. even if
Exactly.
stronger, even if he develops a Sharingan out of Sasuke, he's not who Sakura. And then Sasuke just runs off. Whatever. Okay, fuck off. And when he comes back from his 2 years,
Well, real
Sakura
quick,
does
that's just
mention,
another
he's-
reason to love the Sasuke retrieval arc. I just wanted to point that out, that's in that arc as well. It's the best arc.
Yeah, what? Oh, yeah. It's just like, okay, known as Blue Star Saber, but okay. I mean, yeah, just Naruto just accepts that she doesn't like him romantically. And it's just like, I think it's for him that he's not being loved the way he wants to be loved. I think he does understand love. But when he's like older, he has to do, like defeating the Akatsuki who are looming all over Konoha and the nations, killing Jinchuriki. And it's a Jinchuriki, what will you know? He has to train pronto to the people.
Yeah, the tricky part is that I'm rooting for all these characters. So I want Hinata to end up with Naruto. I want Sakura to end up with Sake. I want Naruto to end up with Sakura, but like obviously, those are like different like pairings there that can't really work unless you're going like polygamous or whatever that word is. So
Honestly, not that I hate it. I just depends on how it's done. I don't like a lot Hinata, like the type of character that Hinata is, a little girl who is shy and shit. It depends on how it's done, but it drives me crazy, and I'm like, girl.
whereas that's
girl.
fair, since that is who Hinata always is on the surface level, she does try her best to change. That's the whole point of her fight with Neji.
Yes,
and you get to see she
that's-
can be fierce because of all the hard work she has put in. So she has changed. She just
that's the
hasn't really
point.
changed.
That's where I was going. God forbid you are a woman in Naruto, because everything these girls do is around men.
I think
Everything
Conan
they
is
do-
arguably one of the worst exceptions, that we never know Conan's thoughts on Naruto, just Conan's thoughts on Nagato's
No,
thoughts on
like-
Naruto.
not as specifically Naruto, but men in general. For example, when everyone is having their Tsukuyomi dream, for example, Tsunade dreams that Dan Kage, and she's like, oh my god, yeah, my husband, the Hokage. Christ, get me out of here. And then Ino, she is dreaming that Sasuke and Sai, Jesus Christ, Sai, are fighting for her. And now that we're talking about it, I want to her because when Asuma is dying, tells him, "You are my boy, Choji. Stop eating so much. What the fuck? But you're still very strong and cool and awesome." And then he pulls over and like, "Don't let Sakura win in love." And then he dies. And then when Ino's dad is about to fucking get blasted, she is like, "Don't let Sakura win in love." And I'm like, all you motherfuckers have to is that everything you have to say to her?
I know, it's insane.
Even Shikamaru's dad gets this little funny moment where he's like, "I have these bots hidden behind this furniture. Please don't tell your mom. I told you this. Just go get rid of it." It's his porn stash.
I know.
It's like, but that's all Ino gets. And I want y'all to understand that everything these girls is around men. For example, Tsunade, she gets so sad that Dan and her brother died that she just ran away from Konoha. She was sad as fuck. Why did she came back for Naruto? Because Naruto. And then Ino, everything she does is because she's against Sakura. And she wants that sweet Sasuke love, of course. She still likes Sasuke after a while. And everything is like, oh my god, I'm competing against Sakura. Sakura this and Sakura that. You go for it. And then you have Karen. Karen's whole whole character is, I hate Sasuke, but I have to help him. Which, by the way, she doesn't actually hate him. She's so horny for that guy. It's funny. I love her. I want to point out that with a passion, like, she is like probably my favorite girl in all. And then you have May. You have the
Oh, May's the worst for sure. She's not even a character.
May is like, oh my god, she's so worried about marriage and being single. It's like, Kishimoto, why?
Just a cake woman or whatever.
Is this what you think women are? all
You're
the time?
married.
Stop.
Yeah, the thing that's funny for Conan with me is the fact that Conan's pretending like, oh, Naruto's this whole bridge to peace or whatever, when she was literally trying to talk Nagato out of it. No,
Yes.
Nagato, don't do this and believe in Naruto. Oh, he did it. All right, Naruto, I believe in you too. Nagato did it. Just goes along with it
so
because Nagato did.
Also,
Naruto.
yeah, Conan is another example. Everything she does is around men. Like, she was hell-bent on protecting Nagato. She was like when Obito came for the eye, she was like, okay, you came for them, but I am going to blast you to hell and back, and then again to hell and because I don't want you to have them. Those are his. And she literally prepared 6 billion trillion fucking explosive papers, by the way, to kill this man because she was going Chiha him.
Real quick, going back to that, I want to say that even if Obito does his Izanami? Or whatever, I don't need, I'm too tired.
Izanagi, yeah.
I'm too tired to think of even what it is.
Oh my
Even if he
God,
does
yeah,
that,
it's
he's
very-
not even gonna be
it's very-
nerfed because he doesn't even use that other eye that he used to go blind anyways. So he would be just as strong as he was, and then they would be out of their 600 billion paper bomb strategies.
Oh yeah, like I think him winning that fight was, you know, it's just Conan's fate as a woman in Naruto to fight against a man. Like, he had to win. Of course, blood-wise, he had to win. But also, it's like, it's Conan. She's a woman. She was to lose. Because, God forbid, you're a woman.
Hey, she did pretty good though.
She did pretty good. And I am glad for her. I'm like, yeah, blast his ass. Get him.
She technically won. She killed Obito.
She did. She did blast his ass.
It's not her fault she would have to kill him twice. I mean, hey, Obito only had to kill her
Yeah.
once. It's not fair.
Yeah. It's not fair. God damn it. He had a second. He's like a die. Oh, I want to point out that it's so disappointing that we never actually saw Obito using his his Mokuton powers, except when he killed all of the Kirinin.
Oh, it's Woodsell, yeah.
When it's like, why didn't he use them? Like,
Yeah.
did Kishimoto forget?
Like,
Like, I think Kishimoto just forgot about it.
I think we get to see it a little bit. Like, I think he wraps someone up with wood style when he goes for like a punch at one point. Maybe it's Kakashi he does it against. You
Oh,
remember?
maybe, yeah.
It's like in the war arc.
Also, I
soon
have
after
to
he gets
point
wood
out,
style.
I'd like to point out that I love that Obito was not fucking loudmouth. Honestly, like, everyone with Uchiha genes are probably born to fight. Like, they have it in them. They just need to train very hard. And we know Obito didn't. He was a loudmouth and he slacked off because he loved helping Granny. And, you know, he gets pushed to train like hell. And he gets so good at it. So good at fighting, at everything. It's like, okay, yeah, everything was barely. I made this about Obito. Love him a lot. What a guy.
Yeah.
I love his character, and I will have. You know what my ideal end for Obito will have been that he stayed alive, but he didn't. He wouldn't have stayed in Konoha
Yeah, we
to
actually did a video
fit.
on that recently.
He could have gone to Omega, all the shit he did there, and that would have fit the Amegakure problem that Naruto never did.
Okay, that could be cool. I'd be down for that. I like that. Yeah, being Shadow Hokage, supporting Naruto from the shadows by fixing Amagakure, that'd be cool. Yeah, let him go to the Rain Village. I'm down.
Like okay, send him to Amegakure. I think that like to make up for his shit, because even Orochimaru is helping Konoha at some capacity. Every time they need something from Orochimaru, they go to them. Dude, help us with this. And even though Orochimaru is like, okay, I will do it for Sasuke, and they're like, Sasuke's not here, and Orochimaru's like, I'll Sasuke, I said. Because Orochimaru is just like that. And it's so funny that they all, like, to me, the fact that Kabuto stay infinite, so damn funny. Like, I cannot imagine Kabuto just, when Orochi comes back, it's like, what the fuck happened to you? What? Because Kabuto is just looking like that, you know. Orochimaru looking at, and
I did
it's
find
like it
the
should have.
Obito Wood style thing,
Oh.
by the way. He wraps up Naruto here.
Oh, okay, valid. Yeah,
but again, it's
that
like the
works
most
against it.
smallest version of his Wood style ever compared to what he does in the Rin fight.
Oh, yeah, totally. But yeah, I will have loved to see how that went. Like
Yeah.
Kakashi being Hokage and being like, why is Kabuto in charge of the orphanage? And I think Naruto convinced him to let him
I
do
just
that
realized
shit.
for the last like 20 minutes I was muted, and that's why you weren't answering.
Well, now you're
Oh my god!
doubling.
I was wondering why.
I thought you fell asleep.
Yeah, I thought he fell asleep.
Which, on that
No,
note,
I was.
we are like 2 hours later than we were supposed to be in the first place. It is like 4 a.m. and we both have work in the morning.
Oh my god,
But-
go to sleep. What the fuck?
Well, I meant to flip flop the mics, and I did it the wrong way, so that I muted myself.
Oh my god.
I don't even
Damn.
remember the things that was chiming in.
Well, do you have anything
What?
that you wanted to say that you do remember?
No.
The shipping
Oh,
conversation, Conan, this wood style thing with Obito.
Y'all are
Oh,
just...
the wet style thing? I mentioned it, and then you brought it up, and I was like, oh, yeah, just act like I didn't just say it.
Oh my. I am so sorry. I should have brought it up sooner, but I really thought you were asleep.
Yeah, if you had said that, I would have been like, I literally said something like 5 seconds ago.
Oh, I wish that we got your perspective of that. It'd be so funny just to hear.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay,
Fucking
well,
dogs.
we should probably end with this, though.
Hey, we all need to sleep. My head started to hurt.
All right, well, good night, everyone. Ikimoto failed. That's our outro, by the way.
Oh, that's nice. Nice outro. Where did you get it? Your mom?
Actually, from the Walky Talky podcast.
Valid. I will take it.
Okay. And